Today's Cosplay Con Talk episode is sponsored by Moco Queen Color Contacts. Don't forget to use my code Wayne for 10% off at checkout at mocoqueen.com. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's episode.
How's it going? I'm Wayne, and welcome to a
Welcome to Ani-Medford 2024!
So I'm here with Phil, and I'm here with James. Oh wait, Phil, James, once again at Ani-Medford 2024. How have you guys been enjoying the con so far? Starting with you, Phil.
Con's been pretty fun. Just having fun on stage. Nah, actually, I'm going to stop messing around. We're having a good time, man. We're able to talk to the guests. We are entertaining people as much as we can, having as much fun as we can. Given the amount of fun we can have at a con, considering the amount of work we do. Giving away a lot of prizes. I think this may be the most prizes we've given away at any show.
Yeah, no. And what about you, James? How does it feel to be back again for another Colossus Girl Con?
Oh, it's great. I love Colossus Girl Cons. What they do, like 7, 8 now? It's so much fun.
They got the one now in Washington that was originally California, Silver Age, the one in Idaho, the 3 here. So that's roughly.
Yeah! That person needs a con. No, it's been great.
Almost like they get picked up. I don't care.
I love the cons because we get to meet so many people. Like, we met you at a con here, like 3 years.
2022.
Yeah.
years ago.
So much fun. And we just...
That's when you guys started working on too.
Yeah.
Late 21.
Yeah. But it's been a good time. Everybody's been great. All the fans have been great. You know, it helps when we're Young Phil's giving out prizes to everybody. So, you know, I think
remember, guys, I am not afraid to buy your affection.
And get that in writing. So, Phil, what's been your favorite thing about the con for the past 2 days here?
Really just hamming it up on stage, man. I mean, I do my best when I'm in front of people and I'm performing, and just able to get people on stage, have fun, give away prizes. My favorite thing is anytime I announce what prizes I have, the excitement I get, but then I get bigger and better prizes every day, and then people get even more excited. I feed off of everybody's energy, you know, and that's kind of why I'm always just kind of like, oh, that wasn't enough. Ham it up a little bit more. Oh, that wasn't enough. I need Seattle to hear you. How's it going? Make it even louder, you know?
And what about you, James? What's been your favorite part about this con so far?
like I said, meeting people, you know, just like you, and just kind of growing friendships. You know, like we met you a few years ago, and there's been a bunch of people that we see over and over again. Shout out to Shayla, our buddy Shayla. We see her and her mom all the time, and they give us little bits of food here and there. It's like, here's some pretzels, here's this, here's that. So it's amazing seeing these people.
Like apricot jelly last year.
Yeah, exactly. Over and over again to see people. What about you? What do you like about these cons? Because you're kind of a homegrown.
I'm I won't say I'm from Oregon, but I've lived here since 2018. I've enjoyed the cons here. The fact that there were cons, like, there are not many cons here in Southern Oregon. Right. And this is probably my I love Metal Art Comic Con. I always will. That was the first. That was like, you know, how I basically got started doing what I do for cons.
Right.
And honestly, I'm always going to come back. I'm always going to work for them. I'm also always looking forward to eventually doing press for their other cons that are not here in Oregon.
But it helps you. It helps grow your content. You get to buy fancy shirts now. Yeah. You know, like, look at you. You're doing well. This whole YouTube thing.
Only $16.
You know, been doing great.
Hit subscribe. That's what you're doing right now.
Unsubscribe.
Well,
Smash the subscribe button 2 or 3 times.
James,
It says
Phil,
subscribe when you're done.
Make sure
Th-
it's 3 times because you hit it twice. That's unlike
Oh,
you.
yeah.
And that's not
thank you both again. Whoever wants to shake here first.
Are we all shaking
Yeah, why
hands?
not?
All of us?
Yeah.
We're all shaking hands?
Thank you guys
Ooh,
again.
Yeah.
So, how are we both enjoying the con? Starting off with you.
It's been a good. We've been here for 4 hours yesterday. We walked through and saw everything. We enjoy seeing all the costumes and the people dressing up. Lots of people are excited.
By the way, again, I like the Mario Kart shirt.
Thank you.
So I know I asked, but who are you cosplaying from? And I know it's from Super Mario Sunshine.
Yes, I am Il Piantissimo from Super Mario Sunshine. He is the person you race all around the whole island.
Oh, so he's like a boss, kind of like when you had to race what's his name in Ocarina of Time.
That is actually the exact same character. They used his model and just put on pink clothing over him. So if you know, you can really see his model through the outfit.
And how are you enjoying the con? Because I saw you guys were here yesterday as well.
Oh yeah, it's been great. We were here the first day, thought it was amazing. We had to come back because we couldn't check all of it out in one day. So
Oh yeah, no, that's why I'm glad we get 2 days.
exactly, yeah, I love it too. And it's always fun coming back for the second day. You see sometimes different vendors, you always see different guests, different cosplayers. Just such a fun experience all around.
So I gotta ask, what was the hardest part about this cosplay? Was it the head thing or was it the flag?
Well, the flag was the funnest part of the whole thing.
Is this? Is that vinyl?
That's just a canvas. I cut it out. I painted it all. Yeah.
How long
Hot
did that
glued
take?
it all together. How long
like-
did it take? Yeah, check it out. Yeah.
Oh, this is
It
sorry. I
flaps
like
and everything.
I love
yeah.
I love cosplay props.
It used to be twice as long, but the bottom kind of
Oh, yeah, I can
snapped
see.
in half on my way here. But it still works. Yeah.
Nice.
The tree on top was probably the hardest.
Oh, is that toilet paper roll?
It's a little toilet paper roll.
With fake
Yeah.
leaves and-
Fake leaves.
Oh, that is so cool, man.
Yeah. It's still a little wobbly.
Well, I hope you both enjoyed. You enjoyed day one yesterday.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun.
What about you?
Oh, it was incredible.
And now another thing, just for the folks at home now, what's been your favorite thing about this con?
Well, me in particular, I like the little neon signs that are over there.
Oh
I thought about buying one of those, but they're a little out of my price
yeah,
range.
they're a little pricey. Uh-oh. Oh, never mind. What's been your favorite thing about this con?
Honestly, I really think the people make the con. Like everyone coming together.
Right?
It's just everyone's here for the same reason, just to have a great time with great people. Like that just makes it.
I can't argue. Well, I hope you both enjoy the con. Thank you. and
man.
thank you. I'll start with you, Senator. How have you enjoyed the con so far, and who are you cosplaying as?
I am cosplaying Marin Kitagawa. I'm loving the con. I love the new location. I'm having a lot of fun, meeting a lot of new people. I hosted some stuff, so it's been going well.
And I did capture some footage of the lip sync.
Awesome.
Some footage. It's just so much going on.
Yay.
And how have you been enjoying the con so far?
I've been enjoying it pretty well. I'm glad I got the tickets to it. So it was definitely nice winning those, and I'm glad I put it to good use.
Oh, you got nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, I brought my girlfriend because I wanted to. Yeah, we were Misa and Light Yagami yesterday, so that was fun.
I didn't see the light, but I saw your Misa. So, Sun Eater, what's been your favorite thing about the con so far today and yesterday?
Okay. My favorite part about specifically Ani-Medford every year and this year too is definitely the community that gets like built around it, because I feel like I see a lot of familiar faces and I'm getting to know a lot of the same people, and that just means a lot to me. So the people, really.
And what about you? What have you liked about the con so far for the past 2 days?
It's definitely been fun. There's a lot of really cool vendors, especially like the lightsabers and swords. She's had to pull me away a few times because I just stick around and talk. Yeah, I'm still kind of new to anime.
There's nothing, as I always say, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, absolutely not. No, I love it. From what I've seen, it's great, and I definitely plan on watching more. She's going to be getting me into some more as well, so there's definitely some on the watch list.
What's been your favorite anime so far that you watched? Whether it's something old or something recent.
I've watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners about 5 times. And
so that means you're going to be cosplaying as the main character, and you'll be Lucy eventually?
Yep.
I cannot wait to see it.
That's in our cosplans. We're going to do David and Lucy from Edge Runners at some point.
Nice.
We've also got Kirito and Asuna lined up from Sword Art Online. There's a few others. I'm trying to remember what we've got on our list, but we're just making a good one.
Up. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you both enjoy the con. Sun Eater, always a pleasure.
Oh, wrong hand. Give me a second. Yes.
Oh, real quick, where can people find you on? Oh, camera, careful. Where can people find you on social media?
Suneater.cause on Instagram and Suneater on TikTok.
Well, I hope you both enjoy the rest of the con. Thank you. So Echo, we are finally towards the end of Ani-Medford 2024. How have you enjoyed this con so far?
I love it. I always love these events. It's great to have like events down in Southern Oregon with our local community. Woo! Yeah, exactly. They get it. I feel like Southern Oregon is really starved for this content, so I love to come out and support Ani-Medford and Meadowlark, and just to see all the people having a great time.
So I know you're cosplaying from Stardew Valley, but who are you cosplaying specifically?
I'm cosplaying Emily from Stardew Valley. She's one of the marriageable bachelorettes, not particularly one that I have married in the past, but the one that I feel is the most like me as a person.
When I played it, I tried to marry her, but like, nope.
Yeah.
And I tried to ask her to the dance thing. Nope. Like, wow, just like real life.
Yeah, they're all hard to catch bachelors and bachelorettes. They take lots of gifts and interactions and chit chats, just like real life.
Well, you really can't do that if you want to go in the mines all day. Then
I agree. Priorities, Wayne. Priorities.
So what was the hardest part and the easiest part about this cosplay?
So this cosplay is 100% thrifted fabric.
Can I feel?
Yes, please feel free.
Okay.
So this
Oh,
was
that's soft.
originally part of a dress, and I cut off the outer layer.
I see that.
And it was just raw fabric that I dyed to match the color that I needed. It was originally white. And then the rest of the body fabric was sourced from a local thrift store. I got like 6 yards of fabric for right around $5. And I just love taking something that may end up in a landfill and giving it some new life. So now it can hang in my closet instead.
Nice. And how long did it take to do the wig?
I actually styled the wig last night while playing my weekly Pathfinder game. So I sat on the floor next to my computer, cutting and styling. And every 30 minutes or so, I'd say, I'll use one action to move, one action to uphold my spell, and one action to throw a dagger. And then I would go back to cutting and spraying and everything. So it's a good old time. I would say it took me maybe an hour. This was pretty simple. So. And I kind of wanted it to have a more natural hair look, but still give the shape that she has in the.
I mean, it does kind of match your natural length too.
Thank you. Yes.
And now I also know that we kind of talked about it. Do you ever still plan on doing Yuna from Final Fantasy X?
It's on my list, and I'm not going to say that I won't do it, but I don't know that it's going to be, in the next couple of cons that I go to.
And I mean, I see your concept for her 10-2 outfit, but it's so like trying to get that one, the
little
chest.
keyhole window. I agree. I'm not particularly built like Yuna, and I do want all of my cosplays to be family friendly and not elicit an uncomfortable reaction. So I do try to pick and choose ones that I think my body style is safe and can stay covered.
Fair. And finally, where can people find you on social media if they want to stay up to date with your cosplays, this, that, and all that other fun?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Echo Chips on Instagram. That's where I do the majority of my cosplay shenanigans, and I'd love to see you there. Feel free to shoot me a message. I love to chit chat anime and video games, so give me a ring.
Well, Echo, thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the con.
Yes, thank you.
So, Igiko, how are we enjoying day 2 of Ani-Medford 2024?
I am having a blast. People have been so nice coming over to the booth and checking out our concerts. And we have another one at 3 o'clock today. It is going to be new music and new covers. So be sure to check it out if you saw the day 1. We'll have new stuff for day 2.
Nice. So, for those who aren't familiar with your work and your music, what do you do and how long have you been doing it for?
Yeah, so I am a professional vocalist. I have a bachelor's degree in vocal performance. I'm a pop punk and opera singer. Currently, I do work in the anime EDM scene with multiple artists, including like DJ Cyril and other international artists like Wrigley and Walrus. And later in February, I'm moving to Japan to do some work with maybe some game companies over there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And Japan has like a lot of well-known like Square Enix and everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping I could see what I could do over there. So that would be fun.
Oh no, I wholeheartedly agree. So I know I asked this last time, but what's this been like? Just doing this all, just enjoying something you love doing and everything.
Oh, absolutely. Music is my life. I thoroughly love everything I do, whether it's teaching music or performing or getting to know fans. It's such a blast, and it's just like living the dream. So like, keep on living.
Yeah. So another thing I know I remember asking you when you did your interview earlier this year, which feels like forever at this point.
Oh, you're good.
What kind of advice would you want to give to someone who wants to get into whether it's singing or like what you do for all these amazing companies and everything?
Yeah, so my advice is definitely do what you want to do. So like, for example, you can definitely make a career in music, whether it be like going and getting a degree like I did, or going and finding a instructor and then putting yourself out there, and also going to the places where the work is happening. So for example, like me going to Japan is closer to all the Japanese game companies that I am a big fan of, that I would love to do work with. So also finding where you want to do your job as a musician. So I say live life and do it the way you want.
And I also see you have the well-known. So what is this exactly called?
This is the cat piano, the Decora cat piano. Basically, it is a Target cat piano that we drilled a hole into and put a guitar quarter jack in.
How'd you do that?
it was really easy, surprisingly. All you do is take the speaker out, and then you just like drill a hole and put a quarter jack and solder
Very
it.
innovative.
It's only 2 wires. So yeah, and then you can plug it into an amp, and it plays like a instrument, like a real instrument.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this con.
Mm.
Can't wait to see what you do in the future, and hopefully, hear you in some future video games.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I'm
I think-
looking forward
And
to
to see
it.
your name in the credits and everything.
Hey, yep, that's the plan. That's the plan.
Also, as we said before, F. Ken Penders.
Yep, FChem Penders.
Thank you so much. So I'm here at Grandpa's 3D prints and more at Ani-Medford Day 2. By the way, I love your Alice in Wonderland button up shirt, by the way.
Thank you. I don't even know what you wanted.
So, what do you guys have going on in your booth? And I love all the 3D printed stuff, including. I have to.
The non-distinct blue platypus, because he does not have a fedora.
He's discount Perry the platypus.
Yes, some of the places you can't have.
He's Jerry the platypus.
He's in disguise because he doesn't have his fedora.
So how long have you guys been doing this for?
My husband started printing about 3 years ago because he was retired and bored and wanted a printer. And so we got him a printer, started printing, started selling it in our brick and mortar, which is a feed and pet supply store in Little Wellport, Oregon, which is like a town of 2,000 people. And it kind of took off. We loved to go to Comic Cons. We kept seeing the same 5 or 6 prints at all the 3D printing booths. And we're like, why? You can literally print everything you can imagine in any color you want. And so we're like, let's do it.
I mean, from what I've seen from your dice towers down here, everything, you guys really do cool. And I gotta ask, how do you make the glass ones?
So those are resin. So all of these are the resin, and they're made with waste product from the 3D printing and failed product. So this one is a falcor tail. That's a rattlesnake bottom, toothless head, and supports. And I pour them in resin to try to reuse some of the waste from the 3D printing process.
That is really, really cool.
And there's all sorts of them.
Oh yeah, I mean, I still like.
Yes, the lightsaber.
So, I gotta ask because I forgot to ask you yesterday. What was the process in going to making one of these?
So this one is multiple parts. So.
That's like interchangeable almost.
Yeah. So the base, this prints, and then the blade prints separately. So you can do different colors, different styles.
Oh, nice.
Whatever you like.
What's the hardest part about this?
The blade.
Oh yeah, because they're like the different.
Because this actually prints on the bed like this with very, very little tolerances. And so if it's a little bit off or if there's little hiccups in it, it fails.
That's really cool. So real quick, where can people find you on social media if they want to stay up to date with all your stuff and builds or commissions?
The best way to get a hold of us is through Facebook and Instagram. The easiest way to get a hold of us. We have a website, but there's no way we could ever keep up with what we print. We have 15 printers going 24/7. So
I've seen videos of that online. Like, how?
our entire garage and our spare bedroom is all printers, and we do commission work. We do customs. This piece here specifically is a custom piece. A gentleman ordered it. The file originally is a single color, and I went in the computer and painted it in the computer and then printed it, and it's all filament, it's not painted. So it was 110 hours of print time because it is a 4-color.
You can see the shotgun over there. And I like it has like a slide.
Yeah,
You know,
so this is a dice tower.
Do you have a dice we can show people? Just and 7.
7.
All right,
But
well,
yeah.
I'm out of here.
17. There we go. That's
Hey!
better. That's better. But yeah, this is a custom piece. That's a bigger custom piece. We do other things like these cats were originally custom piece, but they came out so cute. We printed a bunch of them. So yeah, anything you can pretty much imagine we can do. Different colors. We love to play with the colors. When I do my filament orders, I order about 150 rolls at a time.
And that's not cheap either.
No. And so yeah, we have fun with it.
What's your name again?
I'm Tamara.
Tamara, thank you. I love your nails, by the way.
Thank you.
And I hope you and your husband enjoy the rest of the con.
Oh, we do. We love going to cons, and we love vending at the cons and just having fun with it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So I'm here with Twitch streamer, content creator, all-around fun guy, Night Vision at Ani-Medford. How are you enjoying the con, and is this your first time being a guest for a con?
Second time, actually. So the first one was at Beaver State, which was earlier this year, and I talked to them, and they were like super excited to have me there. So I was like, "Are you doing other shows?" And they told me about this one. And they told me to come to it, so I'm here.
Nice.
Yes.
So what's it been like being a content creator on probably one of the most popular streaming platforms in the world?
Ooh, I am still kind of getting my start. I got a big accomplishment early on with a small audience, and I've transformed that into appearances to try and boost my audience here as well.
Oh no, I mean, from what I've seen, because I've been stopping by your booth off and on, and you seem to be, getting, you and your friend seem to be getting a lot of traction, which I think is honestly cool, from their art to your streaming, because I saw you playing Security Breach yesterday.
Yeah, yep, exactly. It's a fun game for sure.
So what made you want to start streaming on Twitch?
Well, I've always wanted to do content creation because I am super passionate about the games that I enjoy, like Security Breach, and I wanted to share that with as many people as possible and bring them into the community to try and further it as much as I can.
Nice. So for someone who's been doing this for a while, what kind of advice would you want to give to someone, who wants to start streaming, and what kind of recommendations would you like to give?
Just do it. That was the thing that I struggled with the most. Just start. Yeah, exactly. Just do it. That's one thing I just like. You got to try it. I've been so afraid that I'm not going to be popular. I won't be noticed. It's like, just do it to have fun with it.
I think at the end of the day, there are some people who do it for the money. Some people do it for the views, the subs. But if you're enjoying it, and I can kind of agree with this, if someone does content creating, if you're having fun, that's all that really matters.
Absolutely. It's not about money. I don't care about money. I give all of my prints away for free. I sign stuff.
Oh yeah, I saw
This is one of them. This is probably one of the best ones I've ever seen.
Nice. That's Rick, and then you got your. And then this is And I do like how your like the background is like your setup as well, which
These
I
are
think.
from my setup.
Oh,
yeah.
these are from your setup. So I gotta ask real quick, how do the Five Nights at Freddy's soda taste?
I have not tried it. I keep it completely sealed. This one I've had. This one's really good. This one I've also had is also very good.
Where do you get those?
So I bought these. These two I got at FYE.
Okay. Oh, I know where the Sam Goody. I
Yeah,
know where that's
I
at.
missed the sale on this one, so I had to buy it from Mercari, and this one I bought from the website.
Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna try one of those myself. Well, Knight, I hope you and your friend enjoy the rest of con. Oh, one thing I always forget: where can people find you on social media if they want to stay up to date with your streams and everything?
I have twitch.tv, Nightvision, NITEVISIONTW, and then other ones are just Night Vision X and Night Vision IG for Instagram.
Well, thank you, Knight,
Yeah,
and I
it was
hope you and
awesome.
your friend and the Mammoth cosplay enjoy the rest of the con.
Thank you, you as well.
So, Elk and Kevin, have
Elkie.
we? Elkie, sorry. Have we enjoyed the con so far? Starting with you, Elkie.
Oh, it has been a blast. I always love meeting all the people that show up for this and how they dress up and their creativity and the vendors and the always the voice actors and everybody is amazing, as is Dave and Marina.
Oh yeah, no, you're great people. How about you, Kevin? How have you enjoyed the con so far?
It's been quite amazing, actually. It's been like the fourth one I want to say I've gone to now, and every one of them seems to be getting better and better. I've
Bigger
gone
and
to.
bigger too. I mean, we're like in a big space with like
Air
air
conditioning.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It beats Oven Con.
Compared to like the last one that we had at the expo, compared to here, it's the venue is incredible. The air is incredible. I feel like also like the flow of traffic, the walking around, it was it's a lot better here than what it was at the expo. So I feel like it's picked up as well here too. And it's the voice actors, I feel like they're starting to get in tune with the localized crowd around here. That actually what they like. So that's actually a really cool thing that what they're actually doing. Instead of just kind of getting random voice actors or actors that we have, we're trying to get ones that are more localized to our community
Especially
here.
like, oh yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree on that.
Yeah.
So, real quick before they end this, Elkie, where can people find you, guys, contact you if they want to become a volunteer, staff, all that fun stuff for the next con?
So to be a volunteer, you can go to either the Meadowlark Comic Con or the Ani-Medford site, and there is a section for volunteers. Fill out the application. It'll go to Marina, and Marina will contact me.
Thank you. And again, I hope you both enjoy this con.
Thank
Kevin,
you.
take care,
Thank
man.
you again Amazing as always.
And also be sure, please next year join team the Tomodachi team. Gotta represent that. It's a wee bit loud. Well, I don't know. That's won't be up. But how are we enjoying the con console?
It's going good. It's been a good day today, and yesterday too. But yeah, it's been a good weekend.
And this is like basically a regular con for you at this point.
Yeah. So I think this is my fourth time
Oh, you
attending.
didn't go back in 2019, I don't think, because that's when they were still doing it here in Medford before they switched over to the one in Grants Pass.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's been 4 years. I'm not 100% sure on that though.
I'm not good at math.
Yeah, same. It's been a long weekend. I don't want to do the math either.
So I see you were cosplaying as Gabby Maru from Hell's Paradise. What's it feel like being able to cosplay such an iconic character?
I just really like Hell's Paradise. I'm of the volition that you should always cosplay something you're passionate about. Hell's Paradise is a really good series. I enjoy it a lot. Gabimaru is my favorite character, and it's also very comfy and easy to travel with as well. So since I was driving for 4 hours, I was like, I need something that's easy to travel with. So
And it's very light and everything, I'm sure.
yeah. I mean, the actual material I made it with is a little bit thicker. So yeah.
Oh yeah, wow, that's
Yeah, so I'm a little warm, but it's not too bad. It's still like comfortable to wear.
that's always a good thing. So, and I also know that you're also to be hosting the cosplay contest again, right?
I'm judging this year. I'm not hosting.
Judging.
Yeah.
Zach's hosting. You're judging. Yeah. What's it been like judging the con too?
I love judging because I like to see like different techniques that people use for their costumes and everything. And sometimes I even get to learn little tips and tricks myself sometimes. Like you think after so long I'd know everything, but you never know. You always learn
You're
from
never
everyone.
too young or too old to learn new things.
Exactly. So I just like to see the way that people like construct their stuff, and sometimes we get people competing year after year. So seeing their own personal growth throughout the years is also really cool.
You weren't in the shot. Well, I hope you both enjoyed day 2. Also, I forgot something I'm going to start asking as well. What's been your favorite thing about this con? Whether it's from the previous years or today?
I really like this venue because this is the first Ani-Medford specifically that's been at this venue, and they have a panel room now too, which is really nice.
Which I hope they expand on more things for fan panels later down the road.
Yeah. So I was talking to the owner about that, and they're hoping to expand a little bit and get more panels, get more things, because I'm a big panel person. I love attending
I remember back in 2022 when you did the panel there.
Yeah, I love running panels. I love attending panels. So it was really nice to see like a panel room, and Echo Chips had a panel that was really fun. Meritorious had a panel that was really good. Like we have all been doing panels, watching the panels. I'm a big panel person, so it was really nice.
Well, Consul, I hope you enjoy the rest of the con. Can't wait to see you back again next year and future cons. Also, real quick, because I always have to ask it, where can people find you on social media to stay up to date with your cons, cosplays, and just all around fun stuff?
Consul of Cosplay, that's consul.of.cosplay on pretty much any social media. Instagram is the one that I use primarily, but you can find me on like YouTube, TikTok, all sorts of places.
You can also find them as a regular on the Cosplay Con Talk podcast as well.
Yes.
Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of the con.
You too.
So, Alex, how have you enjoyed both day 1 and day 2 of Ani-Medford?
I definitely have to say I've enjoyed it a lot. I heard so much about the previous year, and the fact that a small con like this can grow so much and get such a better venue is really impressive. I'm super excited for next year because if they had this much growth in 1 year, I can imagine it's going to be 2, even 3 times bigger next year. So that's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. And for those who aren't familiar with Alex, they're best known around the Pacific Northwest as a photographer, and I think California too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I consider myself a West Coast photographer, so I attempt to hit every big con in the West Coast, all the way from like San Diego, Anime Expo, ALA, Soccer Con, Emerald City, and obviously all the Oregon ones as well.
And how have you? And what's been your favorite thing about this con for the past 2 days?
Let's see, that's a good one. I kind of there's actually a few things I really liked about this con. This is kind of so I've been to a lot of cons, and one thing I'm really particular about is spacing. And I feel like how the con organized their spacing in their aisles of their artist alley is fantastic. You know, you're looking at all these other cons, and they're just trying to like cram as many artists in as they can, and it gets so narrow, and you kind of feel like a sardine, especially when you're looking. But here, it's just like you have that space to just really just take your time and enjoy things. Whereas in some other cons, you just have to like look at something really quick and just like scoot your way to the next spot.
Oh yeah, no. And I cannot wait to see the type of photos that you take. I can't wait to see your Instagram of the photos you've taken at this con. By the way, I do like your glasses.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, yesterday I just took a ton of photo. I tried to take a photo of every single cosplayer I saw, and I used.
It's not easy, is it?
It's not. You know, another thing I really enjoyed about this con is there was a constant flow of different people coming in. I thought that was really interesting because, you know, let's say like a con like, I'll say like a big con in Oregon, like Rose City, for example, you have this huge wave in the morning, but you don't really see people trickle in at noon or 1 or 2. But I feel like I constantly saw different people coming in. Did you feel the same?
Oh yeah, no, I definitely did.
Heck yeah.
Well, Alex, I hope you enjoy the rest of this con, and I cannot wait to see what else you do. Also, real quick, where can people find you on social media if they want to stay up to date with all your photos and find you at the next con?
Definitely my biggest social media is Instagram. It's just Alex Vu Photography. Just my name with photography on the side. Yeah, I use Facebook a little bit as well, but Instagram definitely is my number one.
Well, thank you again. You take
Awesome.
care.
Thank you so much.
So I'm here with Yo Jambo, not to be mistaken with Yo Jimbo at Metal Art Ani-Medford, wrong con, same place. Here at Ani-Medford 2024. So how? So I'm gonna, if I can call you Yo, if that's okay.
That's fine.
So Yo, how are we enjoying day 2, and how have we enjoyed the con so far here at Ani-Medford?
I mean, it's a lot of fun. This is a very relaxing but fun con. I'd say, yeah, I've been enjoying myself. I really love the staff here. Everybody always makes you feel really welcome. And honestly, so far for the community of Medford too, like at least, obviously, you know, people come from other places, but as far as the crowd here, it's been really nice.
So for those who aren't familiar with you, mind telling a little about your art and what made you want to get into doing art and everything?
Sure. So, I mean, I guess I've been drawing, you know, obviously since I was young, but I've gotten into anime shows ever since I discovered it was a thing that you could be.
What was your
an
first
artist.
anime?
My first anime expo.
No, I mean your first anime that you got into.
Oh, my first anime. Okay, so I'm a little older, and there was this place called Suncoast that was like an old video store. If all the other geezers remember this,
Sounds like
It-
something from the '90s. And I was born in
yeah,
the '90s,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. So Suncoast Video, and they had like a little tiny, tiny bit of anime, and so I found Devil Hunter Yoko, which
Ooh.
is super random, and then from Devil Hunter Yoko, oh, and Gunsmith Cats.
Oh, so we're like talking like anime from the '80s.
Yeah, well, I think, yeah, 80s or 90s, because I want to say that like it's kind of like really at the tail end of the 80s, if not like beginning of 90s. And then so I got those two VHS and I ran them into the ground. Oh, and I'm just gonna wait till you finish.
Oh, it doesn't pick this
Oh,
up.
okay. Oh yeah, and Dragon Half, which is a really old '90s comedy, and it was an OVA, and so it was based off a really long-running manga series, and that was so cute, and like that really inspired me as far as my cute art. I'd say like that was probably my first influence for the cute stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, out of all these pieces you've done up here, which has been your favorite so far?
Well, I mean, I really like the Moko twins here, which are they're VTubers.
Oh, nice.
And I just thought it turned out really nice because you see their faces, but there's like a little bit of action in it too. So I felt like the composition turned out really well. And then I really love my Jossum Shark Facts for Gura because I actually did a lot of research for that, and I also love sharks, special interest.
Nice.
So there is actually a citation at the bottom of the poster, really small, but it's there. And then I have original stuff too. So of course I'm very proud of my original
I love the
character.
witch with the cat hat. It's it was my favorite when my sister stopped by yesterday.
And I'm always working on stuff for her. She's been really popular. I've been very happy that an original character has been taking off. So
Nice.
yeah.
So where can people find you on social media if they want to stay up to date with your art or whatever your next convention might be?
Instagram is where I'm most active, and it's the same as I'm gonna hold up my business card.
Yeah, and I can zoom in and show people.
Yeah, it's the same as my normal name. Just add an extra O at the end, and it'll take you to my
Yojimbu.
Instagram. Yeah.
I love it. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of this con. And again, thank you for the interview.
Oh, of course. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
So I'm here with Meritorious at Ani-Medford 2024, and once again, they're probably calls my favorite character, Toph Beifong, everyone's favorite sassy blind earthbender.
Absolutely. She is literally the best, genuinely.
So how's it feel to be back to cosplay Toph?
Oh my gosh. Being back, it's so nice in this specific building, not dying. If you guys saw like the last Ani-Medford video, oh my gosh.
You were like, I know you were cosplaying
Roasting.
from the Hatsune Miku.
Yes, yeah.
Vocaloid.
I was cosplaying Vocaloid.
And you were like, I can tell you were dying.
I was, because I run really warm just in general. So then, like, not only am I just warm, and then it was like 90 degrees inside. But yeah, I'm really glad that I'm doing Toph again. I have made like half of this outfit this time. So it's like, I made more or less just like the base of it. So I have pockets where I've got
Pockets!
candy, like just constantly that I am eating.
I feel like there's some if Toph's had pockets, I'm sure she would have candy in her pockets too.
Exactly, right? So yeah, I just didn't have too much time to like make all the rest of the things. But I will eventually be making the rest of it, and that will be the next time that you see me.
Nice.
Will be in fully I made everything kind
And
of
I know
top.
last time you had the like this part was the wig. Now it's what is that material?
No, this was the same time
Oh,
last
I
time.
thought that was I thought that was actually a wig part.
Nope, no, I will again. That is part of my plan as well too, to just only have a headband and then do the full
So
wig
this
as
isn't
well
so this
too.
isn't your as they say in Dragon Ball. This isn't your final form.
No, this is definitely not my final form. Only stage 1.
And what about the contacts? How is visibility? Because we talked about it last time back in 2022.
Yeah. They're the same ones. I probably shouldn't admit that, but but they're the same ones. They're still going really strong. It's yes, like they are just the same thing of just like sunglasses is essentially what like they are. But like they're fine. They're still really comfortable. Like I can see. Well, I mean I can't, but like I can't. Yeah, exactly. But I've actually driven in these once.
You've actually.
I have.
That's not a scary thought at all.
I have. I just was like, I can't put in my contacts after I drive, so I have to do it. Like, so at the very least, like that's how, if you're looking for like contacts, you know that there are blinders. Like you can. That's how much visibility that I can see. That I know at the very least I can safely drive. Because again, it just feels like I'm wearing sunglasses. So.
Where'd you get your contacts from, by the way?
Oh, I go to Unique though specifically.
That's the second time I've heard about them.
Yeah.
Today.
Yep. Because not only do they ship me fast, but then they're also durable. Like normally they say the contact like prescription date, expiration date is like a year, but like I should not admit this. Like on camera. I think the most that I wore mine was I think it was 5 years that I kept my contacts, and until they actually started hurting my eyes. It's once they actually start hurting my eyes, like even if it's just like a slight irritation, I'm like, okay, they're done. And then I get a new pair. So it's like I don't wait till like the past of no point of no return where they scratch my eyes or anything. Like I am pretty safe about it, but Unique so because they have like such a good contact brand, that's how I'm able to wear them for so long and the durability and everything. But they also go with their power systems like super high. Like I think the highest is -10 is what they go to, and I'm a -7, so I'm really really blind. Like actually genuinely I am like blind. And like if I were to like show you how far I can see without the contacts, I think like right here would be blurry, and then right here I would be able to see. Like,
Oh yeah, no, I get the whole vision.
I'm really
thing. When
blind.
you take your glasses off, you're blinder than.
Yeah, my eyes turn into 3s.
So real quick, where can people find you on social media? They want to stay up to date with your cosplays and everything.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I am at meritorious.cause on Instagram, TikTok. I don't have a Twitter or anything, but those are like the main 2 platforms that you can find me at.
Well, I think that should do it. I hope you all enjoyed day 2.
I sure will. Thank you so much.
So I'm here with VTuber, streamer, content creator, Koryoju. Is that how you pronounce the last one?
Yeah, Koryojo.
Here at Ani-Medford 2024, and also their very first VTuber guest. How are we liking the con so far, Corey?
It's awesome. It's really cool. It's really intimate. It's really laid back and chill. It's been great to have some conversations with people in the community, and it sounds like everybody's having a great time at this really cool local con. So I'm just honored to be a part of it, really.
Nice. And this is not your first convention experience, first convention, if not mistaken.
Correct. Yeah, this is like our 10th convention.
The 10, that's a lot.
Yeah, we've got more on the road as well. We'll actually be in Oregon again in December. We're going to another con called KisuCon in Portland, Oregon.
Oh yeah, that's a December con this winter. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be there.
So one thing I got to ask: what made you want to become a VTuber, content creator, and basically everything over the rainbow?
Yeah, for sure. So it's my story is a little bit funny because I actually had one of my IRL friends hang out with me, and they're like, "Hey, do you know about this thing called VTubing?" And I was like, "No, what is it?" And so she kind of like deep dive, rabbit hole, all of the whole live media Sanji, VTubing in general, just kind of like deep dove me into it. And then she was like, "Hey, Corey, I told you about this because I thought you'd be really good at it." And I was like, "All right, that." So then that night, I like really looked into it and I did some research and I decided I did want to pursue it. And then within a week, I had like my concept of Corey Ojo and whatnot. And then within a month, I was debuting as a VTuber. So I've been VTubing for about 3 years now, almost, and it's been a great time. I'd say the reason why I got into it really was because I enjoyed, being a character online. I used to be in cosplay before this, so you get to dress up as a character and like pose and stuff like that, which is really fun. You kind of get to do that with VTubing, except it's more like digital, right? And also the creative outlet. I worked on music and creative stuff before VTubing, and VTubing just allowed me to have like a platform for it. So it's been really great to be able to do that. I'd say what kept me within VTubing, what's made me stay, is really the community. I love hanging out with the community and interacting with the people that come by my stream and making laughs, and, just making people smile. It's a great time.
So the question I always ask any content creator guest, special guest in general: what kind of advice would you want to give for someone who may want to get into VTubing? Because I know VTubing has been very popular in the past few years, especially ever since COVID.
Yeah, for sure. I'd say, it's really interesting because it really depends on the reason why you want to get into VTubing. But I think people get really stuck behind the aesthetics of it, right? Like, oh, we get to have a pretty model and be an anime person really online, which is really cool. But at the core of VTubing is streaming, is content creation. And I will say it's a bumpy road sometimes to create content. There's a lot of ups and downs. And so you have to be prepared if you are trying to take VTubing seriously. You have to be prepared to do that, to be consistently streaming, creating content, and things like that. Now, again, that's if you want to take it seriously. If you just want to have fun, again, don't worry about all those things. Just have fun and enjoy what you want to enjoy out of VTubing. I would say for a lot of people, they get stuck behind the price tag of a VTubing model. Honestly, there's a lot of like free options out there. You could just be a PNG tuber, which is basically just like a flat image, and you get one version with the mouth closed and another version with the mouth open, and basically like when you talk, the mouth will open. So it's kind of got some movement, but obviously it's like a flat image, and so you don't have as much range as like an actual live 2D model, which is what I have. But you could start off with that, or like a GIF or GIF tuber, however you say it. Don't come after me.
I say
but yeah,
both.
you could also start with that. Yeah, exactly right. But it's up to you. You can always start off with something like cheaper for your model. Or you could also go to like Booth or Etsy, and they have pre-made models there that you could purchase. Obviously, you got to be careful because sometimes like you can't. The commercial use is like weird with those, so sometimes you can't make money off of it. So just read the TOS and stuff. But yeah, I think aside from that, really consistency is key, and just trying to figure out exactly what you want to do with VTubing and your goals are. Just figuring that out from the get-go will help you give more direction to your journey and whatnot. I also, in case people are curious, I do have on my YouTube channel a playlist called VTuber Help where I talk about like getting into VTubing, collabs, marketing, and all that cool stuff. It's free. It's on my YouTube. It's under playlists again if you want to check it out.
I'll be sure to share a link to that. Again, Koro, thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of the con, and can't wait to see what other things you do for your content.
Yeah, thank you. I've had a wonderful time at Ani-Medford, and I really appreciate the community out here. So yeah, thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you. So I'm here with Jordan Cruz, husband to Kelsey Cruz, who I interviewed yesterday at Ani-Medford. Jordan, how are we enjoying this fun con?
It's been a lot of fun, man. Like, it's been pretty chill. I've gotten a chance to meet with a lot of fans and chat. Really, really sweet people. It's been very, very kind. A lot of fans have been absolutely
careful of the
phenomenal.
camera.
And honestly, like I've never been to Medford before.
So first time.
It's my first time in Medford.
Nice.
And it's been super pretty outside too. Like the weather's been phenomenal.
You guys avoided the smoke we had a while back.
That's what I heard. They were saying that the past few years there's been like smoke just because of some of like the forest fires and everything.
It felt like living in Silent Hill.
That's what they were saying. But it's been really pretty, and I've always been a fan of like the mountains and the hills. Kelsey's from Seattle, so whenever we go to visit, I'm always like in awe of just how pretty it is up there. Because Texas doesn't have that. Texas is very, very
humid.
flat.
From what I've seen and heard, and a voice actor who lives over there I interviewed, they said it's the same thing.
It pretty much is. Like, it's there are pretty parts to Texas, but a lot of it tends to be pretty flat.
Yeah. So, for those who may not know you, how long have you been into voice acting, and what made you want to get into it?
Sure. So I've been voice acting for about 7 years now professionally.
Nice.
I've been doing it since 2017 professionally. Honestly, just a love for acting made me want to do it. I'd been acting, all 4 years in high school. When I went to college, I kind of took a step back for a little bit, but then I jumped back in. And I had a buddy of mine who was really into anime, and I was watching some dubs with him, and I said to myself, this is pretty cool. Like, they're acting. They don't have to block scenes. They don't have to memorize lines. So I thought, why not give it a shot? Bought myself a microphone. And from there, I just kind of started doing my thing, moved to Texas. And here we are now, 7 to 8 years later.
And the best thing with voice acting compared to acting like for movies, you have the script right in front of you, too. So I imagine that makes it easier as well.
It can. It makes it easier because, like, you know what you're doing, but also, like, a lot of times you don't get the script until, like, day of.
Oh.
So it's a lot of cold reading. And unless you did your research on the episode beforehand, because nowadays we have the Japanese that comes out a little bit before the English.
Oh, yeah, and then it's like trying to match.
Yeah, so it's like you can do your research and watch, but oftentimes it's a lot of cold reading that you have to do.
I imagine it is. So one more question, two more actually. Who was the very first character you voiced when you got into voicing anime 7 years ago?
Okay. First named character was a character named Aurora in a show called Anime Gataris.
I have never heard of that.
Neither have like a gajillion people. It was a fun show. It was very meta, so it spoke a lot about like Japanese anime, like in Japan and like distribution, and it was like kids that were part of like an anime club. But my character was like in the anime club beforehand because like he was actually from anime world or something. It was really weird. But I still remember that was my first character, and he was a lot of fun. I loved the fact that his name was Aurora because that's just a cool name. But that's my first character. That was the first show. It was back, I want to say September or October of 2017.
Oh wow, long 8 years now. So God, that long already.
It's been a while.
So last question: what kind of advice would you want to give to someone who may want to get into voice acting?
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people if you want to get into voice acting, have a passion for acting. Like, be willing to take classes. Reputable teachers, that's a huge one. Don't just take acting class from anybody that's like, hey, I'm a teacher. Do your research and learn. Ask peers, ask other people who have maybe taken certain classes, like what they want, or excuse me, what they like the classes that they've taken. And then just knowing that it's like a marathon and not a race. You gotta, or not a sprint. You gotta, you're gonna have seasons of slow. You're gonna have seasons where you're not getting cast, but you gotta find things to do in between that time. Taking more classes or getting like demos done. Asking for advice or for constructive criticism. A lot of different things that you could be doing while your name's not called. That way you can be prepared when your name is called.
No, that's some really good advice.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of new people come in, and a lot of them, are very talented individuals, and I've had people come up to me and ask me, like, even just industry folk, hey, what can I do because this season's a little slow for me? And it's like, hey, this is what I would recommend doing because your talent speaks for itself, and if you can just continue to level up your acting ability,
right,
when they call your name, you're going to be ready, you're going to be prepared, you're going to be on their radar, and when you're able to go in and showcase your stuff, they're going to say, man, okay, this person knows what they're doing, and like they stayed sharp, they kept their tools sharp. So that's probably my biggest piece of advice.
That's really good advice. And there are some seasoned actors who've been doing this for 20 plus years that
Yeah.
they themselves are teachers to teach the new. They're like, yeah,
Exactly.
we don't want to do, we really not want to do voices anymore, but we're more than happy to show you what we've done, and so you can learn that. So you're
Exactly.
ready for that. The next generation of voice actors.
Yes.
I think that should do it again. Jordan, I had to look at that for a minute.
Oh, it's all good, man.
Thank you for the rest, and I hope you and your wife enjoy the rest of the con.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So this is take 3, and I know the audio will pick up. I can just hit it in the audio. Camera doesn't want to work. This is a dead zone for I don't know why. But once again, I'm here with Kelsey Cruz at Ani-Medford 2024. How are we enjoying the con, Kelsey?
I'm enjoying it immensely.
And I also say, I know your husband's not here right now, but he's also next.
Yeah,
he's also.
next to me.
So how are you both enjoying the con?
We're loving it. Honestly, it's been so wonderful to be able to meet people and see who's a fan of what different shows we're a part of. It always puts a smile on our faces to meet fans of the show. So that's been definitely a highlight for us.
And how long have you been voice acting for?
I've been voice acting professionally for about 4 years, and before that I was just taking classes for a couple of years, so that's before I even set foot into doing audiobooks and stuff like that. Yeah.
What was your first anime that you officially voiced in?
My very first anime was for One Piece. So I voiced a couple characters, and yeah, so that's my young Izo character that's in the Wano arc. Before that, I played just an incidental character. She didn't have a name, but she was part of Desire's Sweet Pirates in the arc. There's like a little filler arc before Whole Cake Island that she's a part of. So, yeah.
And I will say my favorite thing about the Wano arc is the outfits they wear.
Yes.
The traditional Japanese outfits.
It's gorgeous.
Especially Zoro's.
Yes.
It's
so good.
And I also you've been in Apothecary Diaries. Is it called Apothecary Diaries?
Yeah, so this is Apothecary Diaries. That is from a very specific scene. So don't base everything off of that picture.
If I can show, I'll probably just cut.
Yeah, just.
I've seen clips of it on TikTok, and I gotta check it out.
It's a great show. So if you kind of like murder mystery, what goes on behind palace walls, it's a very interesting watch. And
if it's on
I see
Crunchyroll,
someone's a fan.
It's on Crunchyroll. I may have to check it out.
It is on Crunchyroll. So you can watch it there.
Crunchyroll it is.
The main character is obsessed with poisons.
I've seen that. That's the clip I saw where she kept on like testing herself to see what like the healing factor.
Exactly.
And I was like, all right.
It's so good.
Let's see here. As I've asked prior, what kind of advice would you want to give someone real quick who wants to get into voice acting?
My main advice would be to start taking classes. So find good and reputable online classes that you can take, because that means you can take a class from anybody anywhere, which is a great thing, but it can also be like a bad thing if they're not someone that's like reputable or trustworthy in the acting field. So make sure and do your research that it's somebody that has done voice acting, knows their stuff, they've been an actor for a long time, you know. So we want to very much focus on the acting portion of voice acting, because that's what gives our performances life. Even if you're using your just your normal voice, like your normal voice is so interesting, so use it, but use it to its fullest capacity.
I agree on that.
Yeah, so just know you are interesting. Don't deny yourself that knowledge. You're an interesting person, and your voice is very interesting.
Some really good sound advice. Well, Kelsey, I think that should do it again. Thank you again for doing this now that we know what the issue was.
Third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm. I have a phone pickup because, again, this area is a good zone.
Yeah.
It's not fun. But again, thank you, and I hope you both enjoy the con. And looking forward to interviewing your husband tomorrow.
It should be fun.
Kramer, voice of Piccola from Pokemon Sun and Moon, and the voice of from Winx. Who was it again? Bloom from Winx Club. So, Emily, how are we enjoying the con today?
This has been a blast. It's been just wonderful from start to finish. I mean, it's not even over yet, but we're having the best time. Medford is amazing. I wish we had more time here. Oh, no. The mountains are gorgeous. Everybody is so nice, and it's just been a wonderful time already.
Oh no, I highly agree. So, as I always ask voice actors when I do this, what made you get into voice acting? How long have you been doing this for?
So I came from stage. I did about 8 years of Broadway stuff from when I graduated. I was very fortunate to just kind of keep working. And I got into voice acting very much on purpose because I saw the documentary I Know That Voice.
Back in 2013?
Yes.
By John DeMott. That's my
Yeah.
favorite documentary.
It's so wonderful. And so I caught it when I was in Les Miserables on Broadway. I caught it in 2014. It was on when it was on Netflix that
yeah.
year. And I saw it, and all of a sudden my wig was blown straight off because I love animation. I always have, but I never thought about it as work for myself because I was just on that hard stage grind. And as soon as I saw that documentary, I said, that is work I want to do, and I'm going to very purposefully figure out how to do it. So I found classes, and I did a lot of research. I listened to every podcast I could possibly find about voice acting, and eventually started auditioning and started going around different studios and being fortunate enough to work.
Yeah, the one thing I liked about that documentary is like they even show you, they tell you how you can get into voice acting and everything. And it's not easy as okay, I can't remember who it was, but they said it's not easy. It's always that struggle of like
Richard Horvitz.
Richard, yep, that's the one.
My fave, my fave. Yeah, I love that. It was so illuminating because I obviously knew it, that work existed, but they really did such a great job of breaking down all the different components and where it came from and style and everything. So that was just such a light bulb for me.
Oh yeah, no. So if you can remember, what was the very first role you done when you first actually went from the stage to behind the mic?
Yeah, can remember, absolutely. So the class I ended up taking that ended up auditioning me and putting me on a show was with Darren Dunstan, who is the original Maximilian Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! Wonderful, wonderful actor friend. And he is also the casting director and the voice director for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. So
nice.
I took his class. I worked really hard, and he auditions people from class. He sent me a few things after class had wrapped, maybe one or two auditions that I didn't get, but then he sent me one for Arc 5, and I ended up booking it. So the way, and this was pre-pandemic, so this was all in studio, nothing had gone remote yet. So the way it used to work, it may still work this way, but if they're bringing in a new actor, they would usually bring you in to do a single episode character just to see if they like working with you and stuff. So I came in, I did a character on Arc 5, Guardian Diana, who was no, that's later. I don't know if I have anything of Diana. I should. But she was my first role. So that was the single episode character, just to see if they liked working with me. Luckily they did. And they finished up Arc 5, and in a few months called me and asked me to be the lead on the new arc of the series, which was Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns, and that's when
We should have a picture.
yeah, that's when I became Blue Angel.
Blue. Oh, so she's a Yu-Gi-Oh card?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I started recording her in 2018 and right up into the pandemic. And I've done her on like Duel Links and all video games and everything as well. So she's super special to me.
Well, I think I should do it. Emily, I hope you enjoy the rest of the con.
Thank you.
And I believe you have a panel today too, right?
I had one yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
Sorry.
I caught like the last bit of it too.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Laurie and I, we had a good time.
Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of the con. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Lovely to meet you guys.
how are you enjoying the whole con from yesterday and today?
I'm having a great time. The venue's awesome. The people are super, super nice. It's really well run, and hanging out with the friends, it's been wonderful.
I mean, from what I've seen, you've definitely enjoyed the con and whatnot. How was your guys' panel yesterday, by the way?
It was super fun. They were really good interviewers, asked really wonderful questions. Fun, silly. We had a blast.
So, for those who aren't familiar with you and what you do, what have you done, and what made you want to get into voice acting and everything?
I started out as a theater actor and kind of fell into voice acting. Right place, right time.
Like you do.
Yeah, like you do. But as long as you got training behind you, you can do it. Most people know me as Lily from Pokemon Sun and Moon, and a bunch of the other creatures. And some people also know me as Caillou or Sarah and Saya from Yu-Gi-Oh!, Transformers, a bunch of other stuff.
So, what's it been like doing this? And how long have you been doing this for again?
I've been doing voiceover for about 14 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I get to wear sweats to work.
Have to get all
I get to roll out of bed and go to my booth. It's wonderful, and you get to play a lot of different kind of things.
Nice. That kind of brings me to a question. What's it like being behind the mic instead of being in front of the camera?
There's really the only difference is the audience for me, because it's the same. It's acting is acting, but you don't necessarily get the immediate feedback. But I get to also play a lot more being behind the mic and play characters that I wouldn't ever get cast as in person.
Nice. So, for someone who wants to get into voice acting, what kind of advice would you like to give?
You have to start with a theater acting training background, because a lot of people do voices and not a lot of people can act.
I honestly think that's some real sound advice. And I know there are some people out there who think, there are some people who do this because they enjoy it, and there are some people who do it just for the money. What would you like to chime in on that?
Just for the money is only going to get you so far. You got to love what you do.
No, I wholeheartily agree. And ever since then, there's been different social media. I've seen a lot of posts on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, where a lot of people who are just starting out in animation are looking for voiceover work. And from what I've seen, people aren't always happy when they say, "Oh, it's not paid, then I don't want to do it." It's but it gets you your foot in the door.
But also, I mean, if you're an anime is not for the money anyway.
No.
It's just not. That's it. You're not gonna, make it rich. You got to do it for the love of it.
No, for someone like me who's slowly trying to get into voiceover stuff, I do it for the pure enjoyment of it. I think that should do it. Lori, I hope you enjoy the rest of day 2 for the con.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Take two. I'm here with Chris Kaysen, voice of such characters as Face McShooty from Borderlands 2, which is probably my all-time favorite game. Is he a main boss or was he a side boss?
Side.
Side. Shu from Dragon Ball Super. Tien, I'm not even going to try to pronounce.
Jin Shinhan from Dragon Ball Z.
From Dragon Ball Z. And
Mr. Popo.
My favorite character of all time, honestly. No one realizes how strong he actually is.
Incredibly strong.
So, as they said prior, I know you're enjoying the con and everything. What have you liked about this con so far? And I know that you said this was not your first time here in Oregon.
Yeah, I've been to Oregon before. I've been to the Portland area, but never around here. And yeah, as I mentioned before, a con is only as good as the people who attend.
Fans make the con.
Fans make the con, and in this case, everybody here has been great. And I'm really happy for the con this year, and I'm really happy to meet all the people that I have so far.
I mean, as I've walked by throughout the day, your booth has been busy.
It's been it's been really cool.
That is an understatement.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's been great.
So, how long have you been voice acting for, and what made you want to get into this line of work?
I started. Well, I was an actor living in the Dallas area in Texas, and I loved acting. I still do. I was in theater and did some sketch and improv comedy, and I did some commercial work. And an actor acts, so he or she spends most of the time auditioning as opposed to actually getting the part. For every part you get, there's 50 you didn't. So you're constantly hustling, constantly auditioning. And I was tipped off that a friend of mine said, "Hey, they're auditioning for this animated property from Japan. You should audition." I did. It was fun. You should do it too. And I said, "Sure, I'll go." And it was kind of mysterious. I didn't really know a lot about it. I didn't know what show it was. I didn't know what company it was. And I go to this scary kind of building in the middle of nowhere, and I auditioned for. I see a bunch of, wacky looking or interesting looking faces in a notebook, and I just started auditioning for every character I see that they would allow me to.
Right.
And I drove home, and I thought, I don't know how I did. I guess, but as an actor, you can't dwell on it. You can't think about it, or it will consume you. So I drove away, and it was like la la. And then what's for lunch? I didn't think about it again until I got a call 2 weeks later from Patty at the time, who was a talent coordinator. I would later find out she was from the Chicago area. Had a flat. She said, "This is Patty from Funimation."
And Funimation's really big too in Dallas.
"Oh, of course." And she said, "I want you to know you got the part of Mr. Popo and Chen Shinhan in Dragon Ball Z." And I said, "Blah blah blah, lady, I'll be there." And I showed up, and that's how it began.
The fact that you voiced not one, not two, but three different iconic Dragon Ball characters, in my opinion, all iconic, and all originally from Dragon Ball, has been impressive. I don't know how I don't know how voice actors do it while still also maintaining a life outside of voice acting.
Well, I mean, luckily in the case of voice acting, it's easy to turn off. If you're doing theater, for example, or some films, you practically sleep with the script under your pillow at night, and it consumes you.
I'm just picturing that as someone just sleeping with the script,
Yeah, and just like having a dream about the play or the film they're in. But in the case of voiceover, or especially in the case of voiceover for anime, we never see the script beforehand. We only walk in and we see the script for the first time. So it's kind of easier it's very improvisational that way, or very spur of the moment. We have to make quick decisions, I should say. So we go in, we look at the material, we do the best we can, and then we leave with the material still there. So it's kind of easy to separate yourself and then go, okay, now I'm going to go live my life after the 4 hours I spent in this room, and go do something else. And I have a very normal life, and it's only going to conventions when it's kind of it's very different than my normal life. But I like them both.
Now, last thing, I guess we kind of talked about advice for someone who may want to get into this line of work, whether it's theater or voice acting.
Oh, as far as people who'd like to get their start?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a cliche now, but put your 10,000. You have to put your 10,000 hours in. In other words, it's all about loving what you do, and it's about repetition. So I would say if you're an actor acts. If you want to act in theater, start with community theater, start with anything you can get your hands on. Because if you're an actor who's hungry, really nothing can stop you from acting. So in other words, you will find a way because you want to find a way, and it's a passion. I've said before that it's very much this line of work, acting, performing. You don't find it; it finds you.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
once it's in there, it doesn't go away. So I would say, theater. I would say, and voiceover, it it's still acting first. So no matter what it is, the bottom line or the first and last thing is performance first. And so I would say it's good to have kind of improv training is good, particularly in voiceover. You have to make those quick decisions that I talked about before, and it's really just whether it's online classes, whether it's doing theater, local community theater or regional, whatever you can do. I just think it's getting out there and being proactive and doing versus talking about doing. It's getting out there and uh, staying busy and learning all the time.
That's honestly, well, I mean, as I've said with the others today, that's some really sound advice.
Thank you.
And again, Chris, oh, careful there. Here, it's okay. Again, Chris, thank you for the interview. I hope you enjoy the rest of the con and can't wait to see what else you do down the road. Dave, I know we're near the end of day 2 with your friend with your stuffed beaver.
Beaver, yes. Getting ready for beaver stage.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. So real quick, how was this? I mean, this con was really big. How did it feel having Ani-Medford at such a big location this time compared to the past year's events?
Well, it's amazing. We really worked hard to get a building like this. Sending letters to city council members, mayors. All the stuff we needed to do to get a great venue, and finally, there's Rogue X. It solved the
It's
issue.
pretty much like a convention center.
It is basically a convention center, yeah. And we have a great relationship with Rogue X, and Rogue X is going to bring a lot of great stuff in the future. But we're here now. We're the first events for Rogue X, and it's just a great place to be with the air conditioning and the space and everything. It's everyone loves it who comes here.
I mean, from what I've seen these past 2 days, like the layout stuff you've had, the panels you've had, like honestly, if anyone gets the chance to come down here, I highly recommend it. Dave and Marina are great people. We've had some really good guests, artists, vendors, and just a whole round one hell of a good time.
Ani-Medford right now is officially the largest convention in Southern Oregon. It surpassed Metal Art Comic Con that was here 2 months ago.
Oh, 2 months, man.
Yeah, it's now the premier, not just anime, but of Metal Arc and Ani-Medford pretty much the only convention. So yeah, it is the biggest convention in Southern Oregon right now at this time.
Oh
so.
yeah, no, I mean, I don't think anything can honestly top this. When it comes to like non-colossal entertainment cons here in Southern Oregon, like this is again the best con ever. So many people having a good time,
and we're bringing more, and we want to thank everybody, all the vendors, all the celebrities, you of course, podcasts, all the attendees, Kimura Khan, who we have a great relationship with, and just everyone who's in the anime community. And we're just going to bring more every year, and if you come, we bring more. So the more who come, the more entertainment there's going to be, so it'll always get bigger.
Well, Dave, I hope you enjoy the rest of the con. I know you got to get you're gonna go in here soon, but always, man, friend, always a pleasure.
And great vendors.
Oh yeah, always. Yeah, got to show off the great vendors.
So yeah, always support the vendors and support Ani-Medford.
Thank you again, Dave.
Judge you judgingly.
All
Judge
right.
you judgingly.
One more big round of applause for everybody who participated in the competition. On display, so big ups to all of you. You're all winners in my book. But I don't have prizes to give, so I don't know how much that matters. All right. So, starting off with honorable mention, we have Jedi Master Inara. Come on up. Awesome job. Awesome job. You're going to come up here, and I want you guys to stay up here while we do this. We'll line up. Okay, next up. Store-bought cosplay special mention, we have Rapunzel. With the definitely rubber frying pan, for sure. I'm not finding out, it's all good. Third place, we have Obanai. Sorry, I didn't do you a drum roll. I should have done I know, I'm fair. Second place, we have Alita, Battle Angel. Okay, that's the whole big thing. All right, so we have first place judges. Did you want to write this one? First place.
First place, we have Peach Knight.
Excellent. And then we also have our group winners, right? Oop. Okay. All right. 2 groups entered. Let's see where they place. Second place is DuckTales. Yeah, it's not very enthusiastic, I know. All right. Did you write first place to listen to?
First place is Vampire Norman.
I know, it's a big surprise, but yeah. Awesome. Whoa, is that all Gundams? I can hold on to those for you if you'd like me to. I got hands free. You guys look tired. I'll hold the Gundams.
I have a friend in the audience who would like these.
I bet. I'm sure. Was it? All right, we're gonna do a group photo afterwards too. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who came to celebrate.
Stargazing.
So Venus, we just got done with Ani-Medford 2024. How did it feel to be back, and how was the con?
It was absolutely wonderful. I had such a blast, just to see everybody again. We had people come up to our booths, and I wanted to say thank you to all the daydreamers and stargazers that came to visit our cafe and just came to say hi. It was just beautiful, honestly. I enjoyed. What was the question again? I'm so sorry.
How did you enjoy the con and everything?
Oh, the con, yes. Well, I haven't gotten a chance to see the con just yet. I've been in the Maid Cafe, but I'm gonna do one last look over and get to kind of check out all the merchandise and stuff. I've been mostly doing Maid Cafe stuff, but I just enjoyed it. I mostly enjoyed people at the con. I feel like just being able to see everybody and to be with people again just filled my heart, and that's what made the con really special. It's just the community around it.
Well, I'm glad you all enjoyed the con. Can't wait to see you again next year.
Thanks for hanging out, man.
And once again, I'm with Maid Venus.
No, and I'm with Wayne the Unknown.
And as always, until next time, thank you for listening, and as always, thank you for watching.
Thanks, Ani-Medford. See you next year.